Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne, and I've got sort of a different kind of video for you today. Something happened on my YouTube channel yesterday that I think needs to be addressed. And as eBay sellers, we can all stand together and get the right message out there because it's just a matter of people not understanding what we do and making assumptions. But I don't like that. I don't like when people make assumptions that are incorrect about something that's my passion. So this video is, as always, an attempt to get the truth out there and educate people on what we're doing when we're reselling. So what happened was I have a video called How to Make $100 an Hour Selling Junk on eBay. And this was back in early 2018 when I was dabbling around with making haul videos, which I really don't make anymore because I like to focus on the more educational aspects. There's nothing wrong with haul videos. I have more to say than what I can say in a haul video. So, and I enjoy making the more educational tutorial type videos with solid information that you can actually use in your business. So, if you're wanting me to make haul videos, that ship has sailed. I'm really not going to do that. But anyway, so this video has been out there since February 6th of 2018. It has had over 65,000 views, over 1,300 likes, and 206 comments. So I got this comment. This person says, I think you should leave those items from Goodwill for the people who need it. There are lots of us who really can't afford to buy much. It's a shame that you have to make money that way. And what she's referring to is the fact that everything I showed in the video was something purchased at Goodwill. I've got a link to that video above if you want to watch it, but it's stuff like the Mr. Rogers color changing mug and a handbag, a tote bag, stuff like that that was just stuff at Goodwill. So I quickly responded to her, Hi Sigrid, I don't think you understand what is going on here and you are grossly misinformed about the purpose of Goodwill stores. First of all, there are so many Goodwill stores across the USA and they are crammed with so much inventory. I'm not taking anything from anyone. There is more than enough to go around. But as I thought about this yesterday, I really wanted to expand on that answer, just to inform and educate people who don't understand what we do. So, I also wanted to put this video out there so when you get this comment from people about you're taking stuff from the poor, you're buying stuff from thrift stores that's really for poor people, financially challenged, whatever your term is, and selling it, and that's just not right, because that is something that comes up often in my life when people realize what I'm doing. They think that I'm taking away from people who could be buying that stuff. So here's a few key points that will help you have an intelligent, informed discussion with others who don't understand what we're doing. First of all, our business as resellers fuels the economy. It keeps money circulating, it empowers people, and we provide a service of matching up cast off things with people who want them. Number two, very important point here. Goodwill and most thrift stores are not in the business of offering low price goods to the needy. Their focus is job training and education to empower people to be as self-sufficient as possible. So Goodwill does not make these thrift stores just to serve the financially disadvantaged. Most thrift stores, charity thrift stores like the disabled veterans, Salvation Army, whatever it is, St. Vincent de Paul, they have a mission that they are providing the funds from the thrift stores, whatever's raised in the thrift stores, the money from that goes to fuel their mission. It's not, the purpose of the thrift store is not to provide low cost items for financially disadvantaged people. So that is a huge misconception out there. It's just a way they can sell donated goods to raise money for whatever their cause is. I go to one that's a Baptist thrift store. It's in a Baptist church, and all the money from that goes to their mission work in South America. So that's what they're for. And for example, Goodwill's mission statement is: Goodwill works to enhance the dignity and quality of life of individuals and families by strengthening communities, eliminating barriers to opportunity, and helping people in need reach their full potential through learning and the power of work. So, Goodwill's mission, and it's right on their website, and I believe it's posted in their thrift stores as well. The money raised in those thrift stores goes to their mission, which is job training. Okay, that's what the thrift stores are for. And we really don't need to get into that whole conversation about how much money the CEO makes and all that political red tape crap. I'm focusing on helping people understand what thrift stores exist for, because that is a huge misconception. Also, almost everything in a Goodwill store is donated by the general public. Goodwill does purchase a few items from retailers like Target for resale, but their cost of inventory is practically nothing. Also, only 11% of what is in Goodwill stores is actually sold. If it's not sold within a certain amount of time, it's either recycled, bundled up in pallets, and sent to other countries. So there's so much in there that's not even being purchased. It's just overwhelming. Now, when resellers purchase from Goodwill and other thrift stores, we are helping the charity. We are putting money into their charity, and that helps them complete their mission, which in the case of Goodwill provides job training and education for people who need it. I personally would love to know how many dollars eBay and Amazon sellers put into Goodwill Industries annually. If there was a way to figure that out, which there's not, just, if I was all knowing and could know everything in the world, that would be interesting to figure out. Of course, it's impossible to track, but how many millions of dollars are we as eBay sellers putting into the Goodwill cycle by purchasing stuff at their stores? I'm sure if we knew that, that figure would just be astounding. Also, resellers who make money doing this business are being self-sufficient and using the resources around them wisely. I, for a fact, have personally helped several people get off government assistance by helping them start an eBay business. And this, includes young mothers, temporarily disabled people, some people who just had unexpected life crisis and had to use government assistance temporarily. I've worked with these people and I've helped them get off that government assistance so they can be self-sufficient and not need it anymore. So reselling not only generates money for the reseller, but it also takes the burden off public assistance programs, because you've got people who are trying to figure out how they can make money from home and not tap into government assistance programs. They're trying to be independent. They're trying to do it on their own. They're trying not to rely on the government to take care of them. And I know this for a fact because I've worked for these people. There's lots of them out there. Also, when we buy from Goodwill for resale, eBay makes money. They get their cut, and our selling platform stays in business so we can continue to enjoy the freedom and the lifestyle that eBay selling provides. So eBay wins, and they employ many people. I don't even know what the number is, but obviously that the trickle down effect from us buying stuff at Goodwill or wherever, eBay eventually makes money. Yes, we pay them fees, and I'm more than happy to pay those fees. It turns out to be about 12% for me, but where else can I do this? So they make money. Their selling platform stays in business so I can continue to sell on it, and they can give people jobs. So there's a trickle down effect there. Also, we all know resellers give a lot of business to the United States Postal Service when we use the mail system to ship our orders. Again, I would love to know how many dollars annually are pumped into the post office because of online sellers. And that number is getting bigger every year because more and more people are getting into this. So, you know, the US government, which is USPS, wins. They're getting a cut of this whole system of reselling. So, it's a whole financial cycle that we are part of. And then you've got PayPal, shipping suppliers, third party services, the companies that sell the backdrops and the mannequins and all the stuff that we use. They're involved in the cycle. So an entire industry has evolved along with eBay that provides jobs and income for even more people. All these third party services that are popping up that provide services that we use, whether it's like photo fuse, apps for your phone, materials that you use every day, supplies that you use in your business, the poly mailers, all that kind of stuff. That industry has grown along with eBay, and that provides jobs for people. So you've got to consider that. Then you've got, of course, buyers. They get what they want. I can't even tell you the number of feedbacks I've received over the last 15 years from buyers expressing their appreciation, thanking me for helping them replace a broken item. I've got one about the IKEA mug. You can look at that video. That's just one example. Helping them find something that's hard to find, providing a unique gift for someone, or finding something that is similar to one they had in their childhood that was lost or destroyed. The customers get what they want and they are happy to pay for it. So again, the trickle down effect. You find that funky mug at Goodwill, you buy it for 50 cents, you put it on eBay, somebody buys it for 20 bucks because they had one just like it earlier in life, and their house burned down or whatever it was, and they're trying to replace their cherished belongings. They can do that with eBay, and we're part of that process. And then jobs are created. Many resellers have been able to scale their businesses to hire help. I personally employ about 15 people, including virtual assistants, administrative assistants, a CPA, and sometimes seasonal help. So I know many of you out there are also, you've got people coming to your house to take pictures. You've got part-time workers that help you ship or, organize your inventory or whatever you've got them doing. But again, it's a trickle-down effect that we've been able to build our businesses by selling this stuff that's donated to thrift stores, and then you get to a point where you can create a job for someone else. And that, I mean, that's really giving back. That's having something that creates this trickle down effect where everyone benefits from what you are doing. So the bottom line is that an eBay reselling business creates a positive ripple effect that is far reaching. Yes, it begins in a thrift store with us buying inventory, but the positive effects really are profound. And maybe you haven't thought about how far reaching your eBay business is, providing jobs for other people, creating these spin-off industries around the whole eBay business. It's huge, and we get to be part of that. So I posted this on my Facebook group, and there were over 150 comments in one day. And so I wanted to show you some of the comments other people made about this issue. Okay, here we are over on my Facebook group where I just posted the comment that started this whole discussion and asked for input from other sellers. And you can see this was only posted about 24 hours ago, and it already has 166 comments. So I'm not going to read all of them to you, but I did want to show you some input other sellers have that stuff I forgot to say, basically. And you can come to my group and read this, later if you want to, but 166 comments would make a video that's too long, and my next one to make is a Money Making Monday because I haven't done one of those in a while. So Jackie says, yes, I've had this comment from both friends and family. Even when I try to explain it to them, which I don't, I get a lot of negative comments. Johnny says, I had a coworker say the same thing to me. He made it sound like I was in the wrong, and I was slightly taken back, just trying to make a living like everyone else. Jennifer Jones put it really well. I'm beginning to think I'm being shamed for selling my parents' vintage stuff as well. People don't know what they don't know. My basement is full. I just saw a picture yesterday of all that was going to the dump after being crushed at the bins. It's resourceful to use the items that people are disposing of, and if my parents would be proud. They came from humble beginnings, and absolutely, we should not be shamed for what we're doing. It's a smart thing to do. Also, Jennifer, to you, your parents would be happy their items had been rehomed and passed along to someone who would appreciate and enjoy them. Collectors will pay for stuff that they really want, and they appreciate it. So you're not just, selling stupid plastic crap, I call it, from China that's just being produced and made just over and over again, millions of items that are going to end up in the landfill in 6 months because they're so crappy they fall apart. The vintage stuff is high quality, it lasts, and that's why people like it. So what else have we got here? Amanda says, taking from the poor would be getting the pieces for less than any other shoppers. We pay the same price as resellers as any other customer. I see it as a service, a location service of desirable, hard to find pieces. That's exactly right. CJ says, I so agree. Everyone has a right to shop at thrift stores. It's open to all. Thank heavens. It helps to clear out our home items as well as fuel a little extra income. Helping yourself is a good thing. I'm skipping around here. Jolene says, why is it okay for Goodwill to sell the items that were donated to them, but wrong for you to buy it to resell? And that's exactly right. They were donated. They didn't have to pay for that inventory. And then Sarah kind of goes through what Goodwill's mission is, which I've already covered that. Karen says, it's a shame that ignorant people don't have a clue. You're right. He was grossly misinformed. Sounds like a jealousy issue, which that's true because I have gotten these types of comments my entire eBay selling career about how it's wrong to buy from thrift stores you're taking from poor people. And really what's happening is that person is jealous that they didn't think of it, or they tried and it didn't work for them because they weren't disciplined enough to make the business work. So a lot of these negative comments on YouTube, which normally I just delete them anyway, they're coming from a place of fear or a place of jealousy or some kind of negative emotion, because that person is not feeling great about themselves. So they've got to pull somebody else down in order to feel good about themselves. So I just don't even acknowledge those kind of people. Let's see. Angela says, I had a friend outright tell me she cannot support my business because Goodwill is for people who cannot otherwise pay for nicer goods. We just agreed to disagree, and that's right. So many people are misinformed about the purpose of thrift stores, and it's really not to provide low-income people with stuff to buy. It's to raise money for their specific mission. Catherine said it great. I don't entertain comments such as that. I do my thing and know why I do it. They have their thoughts and I have mine. Catherine, absolutely. Usually that's the way I am, but I feel like this is more of a social issue that we need to talk about and discuss and try to help educate people as to, they're just misinformed about what thrift stores are for. Julie says, if Goodwill was designed to sell things to poor people, their items would be priced way cheaper. Absolutely. Can a poor person really afford to regularly shop there with the jacked up prices? That is so true. I mean, mine has gotten to where coats are $10. Your basic top, sweater, pants, skirt, they're $6. That is not cheap. That's not cheap at all. And it's for stuff like Target brands. It's just they're raising their prices, so it is getting harder for people on limited income to shop there. Tyler says, I live by an outlet that has the bins. There is so much stuff brought there from stores in the area that didn't sell. After we go through them, they're recycled. So even when you get to the last step in the Goodwill process of the items being taken to the bins, the outlets, there's still a ton left over that either gets thrown away or gets recycled. Tina says, I agree wholeheartedly with everyone's comments. Plus, anyone wanting to improve their income should do the same thing, sourcing at Goodwill and reselling to avoid being poor, as many of us have gotten into this to supplement our income. Exactly. You empower yourself with a reselling business. You're out there doing the work, figuring out what to buy, what to resell, how to do it. There's no school for learning how to do an eBay business. When you buy a McDonald's or, you do a franchise, you're trained. You learn exactly what to do. And there just isn't something like that for eBay. So you've got to throw yourself out there and figure it out, which most people are not willing to do. Valerie says, I think most people are upset because they think their donation goes to help those in need, when most often it does, but you should always research where your donation money is going. Very true. Know about the charity thrift store you're shopping at. Where is your money going? Allie says, this is an uneducated response, meaning the woman who posted the comment on the video. I commented nonetheless because I hope she sees that Goodwill does put people in need to work from people like us supporting it. So that's another thing, is when the Goodwill stores are successful, they build more. They build bigger ones, and that gives people jobs that work inside those stores. So again, our efforts are supporting a lot of different industries. Kathleen says, there's definitely enough to go around. I hit the Salvation Army yesterday and the racks were so full you could hardly move them. And I bought like 6 things to resell. The store was still packed when I left. So, these comments just go on and on and on. And just to show you what I had hoped would happen was that these folks would go over to YouTube and comment. But they commented on the Facebook group, which is fine. It's a great discussion. But it does show that as resellers, we run into this mentality of we shouldn't take all the stuff from thrift stores to resell, but I just don't see it that way. So to sum it up, I would love your input on this commentary. I think we need to stand together on this issue as a united front and educate the public that what we do is a good thing for a lot of people, not just ourselves, and it's good for the economy. It has a far-reaching effect. We're really like a cog in the wheel of enterprise that helps thrift stores make money for their mission. That's just the first step, and then all these other things happen. So please comment below and share this video so that we can help the rest of the world understand what we do and how it creates so many positive effects. Get it out there, share it. Commenting helps a video place higher in search on YouTube. So that's why people are always asking you to comment, because it shows popularity of your video. Doesn't have to be positive, it could be negative too. But I would really like to see this video go viral and be at the top of YouTube, so that it reaches the people who need to see it and understand what we do and understand how positive this business can be if you think about it the right way. So thanks for watching, and comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Have a great day on eBay. Bye.